The Pokemon market is booming right now. From sealed product to single cards, from Scarlet and Violet to Sword and Shield to Sun and Moon to whatever it is, things are getting silly expensive and really difficult to get hold of. Today we're looking at the biggest movers and shakers of the week, well, the past 7 days or so. So strap in, it's going to be a good one. We're going to see some crazy stuff happening that's going on in the market right now regarding the single cards. So let's get into it. Here we are, the biggest movers and shakers of the week. Let's see what's been going on. I think we know the theme here. Yeah, I think we know the theme. So first off, we do have the Prismatic ETB, of course, super expensive. We're in like this EV frenzy right now. I think we're always in an EV frenzy, but really are. So let's have a look at this. What's been going on? I'm intrigued to see, because obviously we had that absolute craziness of how expensive they were. So they did actually reach a high of 150 in ETB, and it has actually dropped, which I expected to happen, but I didn't expect it to drop down to MSRP, but I did expect it to, to take a dip because more and more is hitting the market and people going absolutely, losing their minds over this. So it has actually dropped by about $30. It needs to drop more, in my opinion. Here in the UK, things are around about £80 on average for an ETB. You're looking around 80, 85, 90. It's next to impossible to find it at MSRP because everywhere's selling it for what the market price is. The market price is around £10 a booster pack. So yeah, I do expect it to fall. Of course, we got the announcement of reprints coming. I've said before, I don't think it's going to hurt the ETB that much. I don't even think they will even reprint the ETBs. But if they did, I mean, you might be able to get some MSRP. I highly doubt it. But before they come into effect and they become available, the price is going to keep going up. Because what's going to happen is people are already ripping open these like absolute no tomorrow. And then what ends up happening is it will become harder and harder to get hold of before any reprints come. So people will be paying more money to try and get hold of some, and it's just going to keep trickling up and trickling up. So I wouldn't be surprised if it bounces back to that 150 range before we see a reprint. I wouldn't even be surprised if we reach above 150. So keep that in mind moving forward. Then we go into the cards. We've got the Umbreon VMAX from Brilliant Stars. This is the Trainer Gallery card from Brilliant Stars. Beautiful card, by the way. A lot of the Trainer Gallery cards are booming. They really are climbing right now, pretty much across the board in the Sword and Shield era. Even the Galarian Gallery from Crown Zenith has been going up. Why? Well, the evolutions is kind of obvious in a way because of the big excitement of Prismatic. And if people can't get hold of Prismatic, they're going to go to the next best thing that has an EV in it. So this card, for instance, from Brilliant Stars, and Brilliant Stars actually has quite a few evolutions in it. But one thing is the Trainer Gallery as a whole. Journey Together is going to be a trainer set, trainer/Pokemon set. Trainer Gallery is exactly that, trainers/Pokemon cards. So those cards are relatively cheap, but they are making moves. This card though, $80 over the past month. This thing is more than doubled in value. Holy smokes. We got over the past year and we did see a little boom back early last year. We had a bit of a boom around this time for pretty much all the Sword and Shield era sets. And then it did dip back down to pretty much where it was. And now we're looking at $80, and I think it's going to continue. Brilliant Stars booster boxes, again, silly expensive, and this isn't an easy card to pull at all. Next up, we've got the Umbreon. This is the Celebrations Classic Collection. Now, Celebrations has just been sitting dormant. I mean, sealed product's been going up a little bit, but it hasn't really done much, and the single cards are pretty poor, like in value. But the fact is, this Umbreon has just absolutely exploded over the past month. Yeah, it was like $18 and now it's $50. We go back a year and we can see this card's just done absolutely nothing for the whole of 2024, and then bang, it's just shot right up. Nice card though, I do like it, and I like Celebrations. I always have done. I think the Classic Collection is amazing. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to keep climbing, maybe overtake Charizard, who knows. Sylveon VMAX from Brilliant Stars, so another Trainer Gallery card. I actually have this one on the PSA 10. Sylveon's my favourite. This is a gorgeous looking card. Don't have the Umbreon though. The price is going up, so I'm going to have to get it sooner or later. 45 here. We go back over the past year. And again, you can see that boom that happened in May alongside, the Umbreon as well. So it went up to 34, then it dipped by about 50%. And now it's at its all-time high at 45. Over the past month, we've seen incredible gains for the Sylveon. And it's, like I say, it's a beautiful card and it's not easy to pull. Speaking of not easy to pull and beautiful card, we have the Sylveon VMAX, of course, from Evolving Skies, $283. Big money card. My favorite card from the whole of Evolving Skies. Like, if I had to pick any card, it is this by an absolute mile. I just absolutely love this card. I do have it in my collection. I am going to send it off to get graded. I do hope it gets a 10. I remember buying mine. I actually bought mine off eBay for 90. It was about a year, maybe just over a year ago, probably about 2023 now, that I bought it for 90, and it's nice to see that it's 280, and it's pretty impressive. We go back over the past year, and again you can see that boom happening around May time last year when it sort of crept all the way up to 270. Then it did drop, and it dropped by like $100, and is now pretty much back up and surpassing where it once was back in May. I do expect it to continue. Evolving Skies is reaching new and new heights every single day, so keep that in mind that this one might continue to climb up. $300, $400, $500 potentially, who knows. So yeah, pretty impressive there. Then we have the Eevee from Twilight Masquerade. This is the illustration rare. I did check Twilight Masquerade the other day. This is now the second most expensive card in the set. I mentioned, like, when just before the set came out, like when we saw the spoilers and I gave my review of the set, I said that this would be the second most expensive card in the set, and I did say it would be more than $100. It's not quite $100, it's getting there. I mean, it's $5 off, and yeah, it's doing really well. It's Eevee, right? It's probably one of the nicest Eevee cards we've seen in a long time, and Twilight hasn't got the best pull rates. It is just a regular illustration rare, though. It's not a special illustration rare, so that's not too bad. So we were over the past year, well, I mean, it hasn't even been out a year, but it was $25 at one point, and now we're looking at just shy of $100, which is very impressive. Over the past month, though, this card has gone from $60 up to nearly that $100 range, so keep that one in mind. In a PSA 10, this thing does go for an absolute fortune. So yeah, I got 2 of them. I'm going to send 2 off to get graded, so hopefully they come back as 10s. But I love this card so much. Then we have other trainer gallery cards. They talk about different trainer galleries. Of course, you got stuff like Garchomp and the Pikachu. We've also seen like smaller trainer gallery cards, so not like these black bordered V ones, but like the regular ones. They've been doing pretty well, like especially Evolutions. I've noticed some brilliant stars. Stuff like the Flareon, the Vaporeon, the Jolteon, the Eevee, like those smaller trainer gallery cards have gone up by like 4 or 5 times their value. In some cases, some of them have even like gone up by like 8, 9 times their value. So they've been climbing extremely well over the past month or 2. And then again, we're looking at these 2 big cards. They're huge. They were never this expensive, especially the Pikachu. So they're doing very well. Here we're looking at Astral Radiance and Lost Origin here. Both sets very expensive, especially Lost Origin with things climbing up. So yeah, trainer gallery, keep an eye out. Then we're moving on to the EX. We're looking at Charizard, or the Sunzard, like people like to call it, from 151. Now 151, I think it sounds really strange, but I kind of feel like 151, I wouldn't say cooling off, but I would say 151 has slowed down. It's kind of hit this little bit of a plateau at the moment because everyone's so focused on Prismatic and what's coming this year that it's kind of cooled off a little bit for 151. So nearly $240 for the Charizard. Over the past year, we've seen this card absolutely boom, and it's continuing to climb. And I do expect it to be one of the biggest cards from the Scarlet and Violet era in the future. I mean, it already is, and I think it's going to keep continuing. And it's quite funny because I think the artwork is just going to show what's going to happen to the value of this card in the future. It's going to keep going up. Even though the pull rates were pretty good for 151, the set's super expensive, and it's Charizard. So I do expect it to continue to hold value, if not go up over time, especially when there'll be less and less 151 about, and then the price of the packs go absolutely crazy. I mean, we've got Blooming Waters dropping in February. I don't think that's even going to make it, not even a little tiny ripple in the ocean. It's just going to do nothing really to affect this set, apart from people scalping it like crazy. Then we got the Bubble Mew. I'm super proud and super happy to some extent that I did call this. I mentioned it on a stream and even in a video, I don't know, a few months ago, it must have been, it was probably around October time, I mentioned that I think when the card was like, I think it might have been way before then, the card was $80 at the time, and Charizard was the most expensive at $100, $110, and I remember saying that the Mew, I think, would not only overtake the Charizard, but would become one of the most expensive cards in the whole of the Scarlet and Violet era, because of how difficult it was to pull. And I know that people love this artwork, and I know people really like Mew, and look at it, it's $300. And I was mentioning and talking to people about picking up when it was $80. This card is absolutely incredible. I mean, we still have not pulled it. It is the only card from Paldean Fates we've never pulled. And we've opened up so many Paldean Fates packs. I've opened up so many Paldean Fates packs. But yeah, $300. I mean, this card, we saw it absolutely boom. I mean, it was just trickling along, doing absolutely nothing for nearly a whole year. And then October came and the rest was history. Over the past month, still doing really well. Around 260, going up towards that 300 or ticking over 300. Big card now and in the future. And then we have the Sphere. This one is from Surging Sparks. So we've got illustration rare. This is going to be one of many. There are quite a lot of illustration rares, not just from Surging, but from other sets that are now starting to see real big gains. And this is one of them. You look at $12.50, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but for a card that was like $2, you know, $2 to $3, that's very, very impressive. Like incredibly impressive. Over the past month, we've seen this card go from $4.50 to now like tripling in value. And this isn't the only one. Like I said, there's a load of other illustration rares from other sets that have been booming. Loads from Scarlet and Violet Base has been going up. Paldean Evolved has been going up. Even Obsidian Flames. So some of the earlier Scarlet and Violet era, a lot of the illustration rares are seeing humongous gains right now. So keep an eye on them. But Sphere from Surging Sparks is doing pretty good. So you have it, guys. Those are some market movers. Pretty much the biggest takeaways, you know, apart from evolutions as a whole and what's been going on with Prismatic, Trainer Gallery cards are really good pickups right now. And illustration rares, early illustration rares from the Scarlet and Violet era, base set, Paldean Evolved, Obsidian. 151 is going to be a home run regardless. I think a lot of these big heavy cards from 151 are going to not only hold their value but go up over time. I mean, the Blastoise and the Venusaur have kind of held steady around $70 to $80. They haven't really moved much. We have seen other cards climb up in the set. We've seen the Full Art Charizard go up. We've seen a lot of the illustration rares go up. So 151, even with Blooming Waters coming out, is still going to be a good one. And then, of course, yeah, anything Eevee. Pretty much anything Eevee. Wherever it would be from Brilliant Stars, wherever or not it would be from like collection boxes and tins and promos and whatever it may be. Everybody is after Eevees. And especially if they can't get it from Prismatic, just because of one, how expensive it is, and two, how difficult it is to find and to pull, really, to be honest. Then I think anything Eevee, very good. But if you made it this far into the video and you've enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe for more Pokemon content. And let me know your thoughts down in the comments regarding what's been going on in the market. Do you have any of these cards? Are you looking to pick up any of these cards? Like I say, I think now is an incredible time to get some goodies, but make sure you don't overpay. And of course, if you're looking to get it graded, make sure to, get the good conditions. But that's it from me, guys, in today's video. If you want more Pokemon content, make sure to click the video on the screen, and of course, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You guys are legends, and I'll see you in the next one.